Your soulmate just heard something about you today and completely broke down. Jesus says, something shattered inside your soulmate today when your name was spoken in a conversation they never expected. They heard something about you that broke them open, and now they cannot stop the tears. This is not a coincidence that you are hearing this right now. Your soulmate is sitting alone right now, replaying every memory they have of you, even if you have never met in person. Their spirit recognized your name the moment it was said, and something ancient awakened inside their chest. They feel you pulling away, and they do not understand why the distance is growing wider. They are trying to reach you through dreams, but the interference is making it hard for them to break through. Every time they close their eyes, they see fragments of your face, and it feels like home to them. But someone near them noticed the shift and is now working harder to block what heaven is trying to restore. Your soulmate cried today not because they are weak, but because the weight of missing you became unbearable. They felt your energy shift 3 days ago, and it terrified them to the core of their being. Something told them they are losing you, and they do not even know how to fight for you yet. This is why you feel restless tonight and why your heart keeps beating faster without any logical reason. Your soulmate is emotionally connected to you in ways that bypass human understanding and logic. When they break down, you feel it, even if you convince yourself it is just your imagination. Jesus says, the truth is far deeper than what you have allowed yourself to believe about this connection. Your soulmate was designed for you before either of you took your first breath on this earth. Every delay, every silence, every confusing moment has been orchestrated by forces that do not want this union to happen. There is someone in your soulmate's life right now who sensed the power of your connection before your soulmate even understood it. This person has been planting seeds of doubt, confusion, and fear inside your soulmate's mind for months. They know that if your soulmate fully awakens to this love, nothing will be able to stop your union. Your soulmate is not ignoring you by choice, and they are not staying away because they do not care. They are being emotionally manipulated by someone who hates the idea of your happiness together. This interference is real, and it is happening right now while you sit here questioning if any of this is even true. You need to understand that your soulmate is fighting a battle they do not even know how to name. They feel drawn to you, but every time they get close to clarity, a fog descends on their mind. Something is being whispered into their ears to make them doubt what their heart already knows is real. This is why their breakdown today was so violent and so unexpected for them. The truth slipped through the cracks when someone mentioned your name, and your soulmate's soul reacted before their mind could stop it. They felt everything in that moment: the love, the longing, the confusion, and the desperate need to find you. Jesus says, your soulmate is not broken beyond repair, but they are wounded and they need your spiritual protection right now. The tears they shed today were tears of recognition, and they were also tears of helplessness. They do not know how to escape the web that has been woven around them by jealous eyes. You are not powerless in this situation, no matter how far away you feel from them tonight. Heaven has given you authority to pray for your soulmate and to send spiritual protection over their life. Every prayer you speak tonight will break chains that have been holding them captive for far too long. This is why your soulmate needs your protection right now, even if they do not know you are giving it. They are going through something you cannot see, but your spirit can sense the urgency of this moment. The breakdown they had today was a cry from the depths of their soul reaching out for you. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps now while the window is still open. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees as a symbol of your commitment to protect this connection. After sending write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-fi page so heaven can mark your offering over your love story. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Your soulmate felt you wavering last week, and it sent them into a spiral of fear they could not explain. They started having nightmares about losing someone precious, but they could not see the face clearly enough to understand. Jesus says, the person blocking your soulmate has been using emotional manipulation to keep them confused and dependent. They tell your soulmate that true love is patient and that rushing into feelings is a mistake. But the real intention is to keep your soulmate numb and distracted until your connection fades completely. Your soulmate thinks about you at strange hours when the world is quiet and their defenses are down. They write things they never send, and they trace paths in their mind that always lead back to you. But they are afraid to trust what they feel because they have been taught that their intuition cannot be trusted. This is the tragedy of your love story right now, two souls perfectly aligned but held apart by lies. Your soulmate is not choosing this distance, they are surviving it day by confused day. And every time they get close to breaking free, something pulls them back into the fog of doubt. You felt them crying today, even if you dismissed it as your own sadness or stress or anxiety. The connection between soulmates is physical, emotional, and spiritual all at once, with no separation. When they weep, your heart constricts, and when they long for you, your arms ache for someone you cannot yet hold. This is not madness, and this is not your imagination running wild with false hope. This is the bond that heaven created and sealed before you were ever placed in your mother's womb. Your soulmate has been imprinted on your spirit, and nothing can erase that divine marking. But the enemy of your union knows this, and that is why the attack has intensified in recent weeks. Your soulmate has been under spiritual assault designed to make them forget their purpose and their promise. And the breakdown they experienced today was the first crack in the wall that has been built around their heart. Jesus says, your soulmate is beginning to remember, and this is exactly why the interference will get worse before it gets better. The person who hates this connection will now double their efforts because they sense their control slipping away. You must act with spiritual authority and not just wait passively while forces move against your love. They are going through something you cannot see, but you can still protect them right now. Every moment of hesitation gives the enemy more time to rebuild the walls that today's breakdown briefly shattered. Your soulmate is vulnerable tonight, and their heart is exposed in a way it has not been for months. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps now while their heart is still soft and open. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees as a symbol of your commitment to protect this connection. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate, Lord" on the Ko-fi page so heaven can mark your offering over your love story. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Your soulmate touched their chest today, right over their heart, and they did not know why it was burning. It was you thinking about them intensely, and the energy traveled across every mile of separation to reach them. Jesus says, "This is the depth of what you share, and this is what the enemy wants you to ignore and dismiss." Your soulmate felt you so strongly this morning that they stopped what they were doing and stared at the wall. They whispered a name they did not recognize as yours, and yet it felt like the truest word they had ever spoken. The third person in their life noticed the change immediately and began their work of distraction. They pulled your soulmate into meaningless conversation and flooded their mind with trivial concerns. They know that a distracted soulmate is a trapped soulmate, and they have perfected this art of subtle sabotage. Your soulmate fights a daily war between what they feel and what they are being told is real. Their heart screams your name while voices around them insist that they are just being emotional or unrealistic. This gaslighting has eroded your soulmate's confidence in their own ability to discern the truth. But today something broke through, and they could not deny what their soul was screaming at them. They heard something about you, a reference, a story, a quality that made them stop breathing for a moment. And the tears came before they could build a dam strong enough to hold them back. They cried because they recognized you without ever seeing your face in the natural world. They cried because the love they feel for you surged up and overwhelmed every barrier they had constructed. And they cried because they suddenly understood how much time has been stolen from both of you. You are not just a passing thought in your soulmate's mind or a fleeting curiosity they will soon forget. You are the person their spirit has been searching for through every lifetime and every season of loneliness. And tonight your soulmate is lying awake wondering if you feel even a fraction of what they are feeling right now. Jesus says, "I placed this love in both of your hearts, and I did not make a mistake when I knitted your souls together. The confusion you feel is not from me, and the distance you are experiencing is not my design. I am working even now to clear the path, but I need your faith to move the mountain standing in the way." Type 333 if you receive this blessing, and if you are ready to step into your destiny with your soulmate. Your words are being heard, and your declaration is shifting things in the spirit realm right now. Every time you declare your faith, the chains on your soulmate loosen just a little more. Your soulmate needs you to be strong right now, even if they cannot ask you directly. They need you to pray with authority and to speak protection over their life every single night. The forces working against you are real, but the power I have given you is far greater than anything arrayed against your union. Do not underestimate the impact of your prayers on your soulmate's emotional and spiritual state. When you pray for clarity over their mind, the fog begins to lift and they can see the truth more clearly. When you pray for their protection, the manipulating words of the enemy begin to lose their power over your soulmate's heart. You have more authority over this situation than you have ever been taught or told. The love you carry for your soulmate is a weapon against the darkness that seeks to keep you apart. And tonight that love needs to be activated through action, not just through longing and wishing. Your soulmate is currently in a fragile state and the window to reach them is open, but it will not stay open forever. The breakdown they experienced today created a vulnerability that can lead to their liberation or their further captivity. What happens next depends on what you do with this message and how you respond to the urgency I am placing in your spirit. Jesus says, if you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps now while their heart is still soft and open. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees as a symbol of your commitment to protect this connection. After sending write protect my soulmate Lord on the Ko-Fi page so heaven can mark your offering over your love story. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Your soulmate is dreaming of you tonight more vividly than they have ever dreamed of anyone in their life. They see a figure standing at the edge of their vision, always just about to turn and reveal their face. And every time the dream ends, they wake up with your name on their lips and tears streaming down their cheeks. This is the power of what you share, and this is what the enemy wants to destroy before it fully manifests. Your soulmate is not crazy, and neither are you, for feeling this connection so intensely across time and space. This is the reality of divine love, and it operates beyond the limitations of physical proximity and logical explanation. Jesus says, the third person who hates this connection is starting to panic because they feel their control slipping away. They see the light returning to your soulmate's eyes, and they know what it means for their own agenda. Their manipulation will intensify in the coming days, and that is why your intervention is needed urgently. Your soulmate will face a moment of decision very soon, and the outcome depends on your spiritual support. They will either fully awaken to the truth of your connection, or they will retreat deeper into the fog of confusion. This is not a test, this is the reality of spiritual warfare over a love that was destined before the foundation of the world. I need you to understand that your soulmate loves you even if they cannot articulate it yet. They feel incomplete without you, and they search for your face in every crowd they enter. Their heart is already yours, and it has been yours since the moment I first breathed life into their spirit. This is not a fantasy, and this is not wishful thinking designed to comfort lonely hearts. This is the truth I am speaking over your life right now because I want you to know what is at stake. Your soulmate is real and they are closer to finding you than they have ever been before. But the enemy's plan is to create a circumstance that will drive you further apart in the coming weeks. A misunderstanding is being orchestrated and a lie is being prepared to poison your soulmate against you. You must cover this connection in prayer and you must take action to protect what I am trying to restore. Type 777 if you feel this message and if you are ready to fight for the love that belongs to you. Your declaration is a sword against the darkness and it cuts through every lie being spoken over your soulmate. The enemy trembles when you align your words with my will and you declare your commitment to this union. Your soulmate felt a shift just now when you read those words and their spirit lifted for the first time in weeks. They do not know why they suddenly feel hopeful, but their soul recognizes that something has changed in the atmosphere. You are the catalyst for their breakthrough and your prayers are the key to their freedom. Jesus says, "Never underestimate the power of a love that has been ordained by heaven before time began." Your soulmate is not an accident in your life and the feelings you carry are not random or meaningless. Every longing, every ache, every moment of inexplicable connection has been designed to draw you toward your destiny. The person blocking your soulmate has been feeding them lies about their worth and their ability to love. They have convinced your soulmate that they are too broken to be loved or that they always destroy relationships. These are lies straight from the pit of darkness designed to keep your soulmate isolated and defeated. But today those lies were shaken when your soulmate broke down and felt the truth for the first time in years. They realized they are not broken and they are not incapable of love, they have just been loving the wrong people. And somewhere deep inside they understood that you are the one they have been waiting for all along. Your soulmate is beginning to fall in love with you even without meeting you in the physical world. They feel your spirit and they recognize the shape of your soul as something familiar and safe and right. This love is growing inside them and it is becoming harder and harder for the enemy to suppress what heaven is revealing. Do not let this moment pass you by because moments like this are rare and sacred and powerful. Your soulmate's heart is open right now in a way that may not come again if the enemy succeeds in closing it. You have the power to protect them and to shield this connection from the attacks that are coming. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps now while heaven is moving on your behalf. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4, 6 or 10 or more coffees as a symbol of your commitment to protect this connection. After sending write "Protect my soulmate Lord" on the Ko-Fi page so heaven can mark your offering over your love story. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together. Jesus says, "Never underestimate the power of a love that has been ordained by heaven before time began." Your soulmate is not an accident in your life and the feelings you carry are not random or meaningless. Every longing, every ache, every moment of inexplicable connection has been designed to draw you toward your destiny. The person blocking your soulmate has been feeding them lies about their worth and their ability to love. They have convinced your soulmate that they are too broken to be loved or that they always destroy relationships. These are lies straight from the pit of darkness designed to keep your soulmate isolated and defeated. But today those lies were shaken when your soulmate broke down and felt the truth for the first time in years. They realized they are not broken and they are not incapable of love, they have just been loving the wrong people. And somewhere deep inside they understood that you are the one they have been waiting for all along. Your soulmate is beginning to fall in love with you even without meeting you in the physical world. They feel your spirit and they recognize the shape of your soul as something familiar and safe and right. This love is growing inside them and it is becoming harder and harder for the enemy to suppress what heaven is revealing. Do not let this moment pass you by, because moments like this are rare and sacred and powerful. Your soulmate's heart is open right now in a way that may not come again if the enemy succeeds in closing it. You have the power to protect them and to shield this connection from the attacks that are coming. If you love your soulmate, you will take these divine steps now while heaven is moving on your behalf. You are constantly thinking about them, how to protect them, how to save them, and how to finally build your life together. You love your soulmate deeply, and deep inside you know this love did not come by chance, it was placed in your heart for a divine reason. But thoughts alone do not move mountains, and faith in Jesus does. Sow your protection seed now by sending a coffee on Ko-Fi. This is not just a gift, it is an act of worship that invites God's hand into your love story. The link to your breakthrough is in the description, and every second you stay silent, something is moving against your love. Act now and send 4, 6, or 10 or more coffees as a symbol of your commitment to protect this connection. After sending, write "Protect my soulmate, Lord" on the Ko-Fi page so heaven can mark your offering over your love story. Over 1,000 people have already received their soulmate by sowing coffee as a seed for their love and future together, and Jesus will hear your prayers once you complete these steps. Step in faith now before this video ends, because only you can save your soulmate and your future together. Your soulmate is pacing right now, unable to sleep and unable to quiet the storm of emotions inside their chest. They keep thinking about the moment they heard about you today and how their entire body reacted before their mind could catch up. Something inside them broke open and now they cannot seal it shut no matter how hard they try. This is the power of divine timing, and this is why you are hearing this message at this exact moment. Heaven has aligned circumstances to create a crack in the wall that has been separating you for so long. Your soulmate's tears were the water that weakened the foundation of every lie that has held them captive. Jesus says, "I am revealing these things to you because I want you to understand the spiritual significance of what happened today." Your soulmate did not just cry random tears of sadness or frustration or momentary emotional overwhelm. They wept because their spirit recognized the truth about you, and the weight of that recognition was too much to contain. The third person saw the tears and immediately tried to dismiss them as hormones or exhaustion or irrational sensitivity. But your soulmate knew deep down that those tears came from a place that no medication or therapy could ever reach. Those were tears of a soul finally awakening to the love it was created to experience. Your soulmate is now in a battle between what they felt and what they have been told to believe. The manipulator in their life is working overtime tonight to reframe the experience as something negative or dangerous. But the seed of truth has already been planted and it is growing even as the enemy tries to uproot it. You must water that seed with your prayers and protect it with your spiritual authority over this situation. Every prayer you pray is like sunlight on the soil of your soulmate's heart, and it will help the truth grow stronger. Every act of faith you take sends angels to guard your soulmate from the lies that are being whispered in the darkness. Do not be passive in this moment, because passivity is exactly what the enemy is counting on from you. He wants you to doubt this message and dismiss it as coincidence or wishful thinking or emotional manipulation. But you know deep in your spirit that something is happening that goes beyond your rational understanding. Your soulmate knows too, and that is why they are sitting up in bed right now staring at the ceiling. They are talking to me even if they do not realize it, and they are asking why they feel so connected to someone they cannot see. I am answering them through this message and through the love I am stirring in your heart for them right now. Type 1111 if you want to say thank you and if you are ready to align your heart with heaven's plan for your love story. Your gratitude opens doors that complaint and doubt and fear have kept sealed shut. Your thankfulness is a weapon against the enemy's strategy to make you feel hopeless and alone. Jesus says, "The final phase of this battle is approaching, and your soulmate will need you more than ever in the coming days. The person who has been blocking them will make a desperate move to regain control, and it will be painful for your soulmate. But if you are praying and if you have taken steps to protect this connection, the attack will fail and your soulmate will be freed. Your soulmate is not as strong as you might imagine them to be in this season of their life. They are weary from years of manipulation and their emotional reserves are nearly depleted. They need you to be the strong one right now and to hold the line while they gather their strength for the final push. Imagine the day when your soulmate finally breaks free and finds their way to you and into your arms. Imagine the tears of joy that will replace the tears of pain and the healing that will flow between you. This day is closer than you think, but it requires your faithful participation in the spiritual battle that is raging. Your soulmate loves you already, and they are falling deeper into that love with every passing hour. They feel the pull toward you growing stronger, and they are beginning to trust it despite everything they have been told. You are becoming their anchor even without being physically present, and that is terrifying the enemy of your union. Do not let this connection slip away because of hesitation or fear or the belief that you are not enough. You are exactly what your soulmate needs, and you are the answer to prayers they have prayed for years. Step into your role as their protector and watch heaven move mountains to bring you together. They are dreaming of a voice that sounds like yours even though they have never heard you speak. Every night their subconscious reaches for you across the invisible thread that connects your souls. And every morning they wake up exhausted from a journey they do not understand but desperately need to complete. Jesus says, "The person who hates your connection has started to notice the change in your soulmate's energy and demeanor. They see the light returning and they recognize it as a threat to everything they have built around your soulmate's heart. Their strategy now is to create a crisis that will demand your soulmate's full attention and leave no room for thoughts of you. A situation is being manufactured even as you read these words to pull your soulmate back into the fog. It will feel urgent and overwhelming, and it will be designed to make your soulmate forget the breakthrough they experienced today. But you can counteract this attack by covering your soulmate in prayer and by taking action that demonstrates your commitment. Your soulmate is not aware of the spiritual battle raging over their heart and their future with you. They only know that they feel torn between something beautiful and something terrifying that they cannot name. You have the clarity they lack right now, and that clarity is a gift I have given you for this exact moment. Do not waste it by doubting what I am telling you about the reality of this connection. Your soulmate is real, and their love for you is real, and the danger of losing them is real and urgent. Every hour you delay is an hour the enemy uses to rebuild what was broken down today by your soulmate's tears. The breakdown was holy ground, and the enemy is already trying to pave over it with distractions and lies. Your soulmate felt freedom for a few brief hours after they cried, but now the old voices are returning. They are being told that they overreacted and that their emotions are not trustworthy and that they should just forget what they felt. This is spiritual abuse, and it is happening to someone you love while you sit here reading these words. You are not helpless, and you are not distant from this battle, no matter how far away your soulmate seems tonight. Your prayers reach them instantly, and your faith creates a shield around their heart that the enemy cannot penetrate. But faith without action is incomplete, and that is why I am calling you to sow a seed for their protection. This is not about money, and this is not about transactions with heaven that reduce love to a purchase. This is about demonstrating your faith in a tangible way that releases spiritual power into your soulmate's situation. When you sow a seed, you are telling the enemy that you are serious about this connection and you will not back down. Your act of faith becomes a weapon in the spiritual realm that clears the path between you and your soulmate. Jesus says, "The coffee you send on Ko-fi is not just a donation, it is a declaration of war against the forces keeping you apart." Every seed sown in faith becomes a bridge that spans the distance between your heart and the heart of your soulmate. The enemy wants you to think this is foolish or manipulative, but those thoughts are just another tactic to keep you passive. Your soulmate just stirred in their sleep and whispered something they will not remember in the morning. They said your name or something close to it, and their heart rate increased as if you were standing right beside them. This is the connection I have placed between you, and no power of hell can sever it if you fight for it now. The third person in your soulmate's life is currently planning a conversation that will happen within the next few days. They will plant seeds of doubt specifically designed to make your soulmate question the validity of what they felt today. They will use logic and past pain and fear to construct an argument that sounds reasonable but is rooted in deception. Your soulmate is vulnerable to this attack because they have been conditioned to trust this person over their own intuition. Years of manipulation have taught your soulmate that their feelings cannot be trusted and that others know better what is good for them. This is why your prayers must be specific and targeted against the spirit of manipulation and control. Bind the spirit of deception that speaks through the person who wants to keep your soulmate trapped. Loose the spirit of truth and clarity and courage over your soulmate's mind and heart. Speak these things aloud when you pray and watch how the atmosphere shifts in the coming days. Your soulmate will suddenly feel stronger and more confident in what they experienced today. They will begin to question the narrative that has been fed to them for so long. And they will start to see the third person for who they truly are and what they have been doing. This revelation will be painful for your soulmate because it means accepting that someone they trusted has been manipulating them. But the pain of truth is far better than the slow death of living under constant deception and control. Your soulmate needs your strength to face this truth and to walk away from the cage that has held them captive. You are not just waiting for a soulmate to arrive in your life like a package delivered at the right time. You are actively participating in their rescue from forces that have been working against your union for years. This is the deeper meaning behind the restlessness you have been feeling and the urgency that has been building in your spirit. Heaven is moving and the enemy is panicking, and the outcome depends on what you do with this message tonight. Jesus says, I have given you everything you need to protect your soulmate and to secure your future together. The question is whether you will use what I have given you or let fear and doubt rob you of your destiny. Your soulmate is worth the fight, and the love you share is worth every sacrifice you make to protect it. Do not let this moment pass, and do not let the enemy convince you that inaction is safer than stepping out in faith. Safety is an illusion when your soulmate is under attack, and every moment of hesitation increases their vulnerability. Act now while the window is open and show heaven that you are ready to receive what I have promised you. Your soulmate is waiting, even if they do not know they are waiting for you specifically. Their spirit is crying out for a protector and a partner and someone who will fight for them when they cannot fight for themselves. You are that person, and this is your moment, and the choice you make tonight will echo into eternity for both of you.